Hey everyone, welcome back! Today we are going to build this stunning e-learning dashboard using Jetpack Compose and the power of Gemini 3. Just look at it. It's clean, modern, and exactly the kind of UI that makes an app stand out. We have a search bar, a promotional banner, categories, and a horizontal scrollable list of courses. Usually coding this from scratch takes hours, but today, we're doing it fast. Let's break it down before we feed it to the AI. First, at the very top, we have a custom search bar with a rounded outline and a notification bell. Standard stuff, but look at the spacing. Now focus on this hero banner. It's using a rich purple gradient background. We need a row layout here to place the text and button on the left, and this image of the student on the right. Getting that image alignment right can be tricky in Compose, but don't worry. The prompt will handle it. Moving down, we have the category section. See how consistent these items are? Each one is a column containing a rounded square surface with an icon inside followed by a text label. We have business, creative, coding, and gaming. It looks simple, right? But structure is key here. We need a row arrangement with arrangement space between to make sure they are spread out perfectly across the screen width. And finally, the most complex part, the popular courses list. This is definitely a LazyRow in Jetpack Compose. Look at the individual cards. We have a full-width image, a badge overlay for the category, and down here, a profile picture, name, price, and rating. There is a lot of nesting happening here. Rows inside columns inside cards. We need to describe this hierarchy clearly to Gemini. Phew, that's a lot of UI components. Now we are going to take this analysis and turn it into a prompt for Gemini 3. By the way, if you don't feel like typing the prompt yourself, or you want the full source code immediately, make sure to join the channel membership. You'll get instant access to all the assets and prompts. Ready? Let's generate some code. First things first, let's make sure our tools are ready. I am using the brand new Android Studio Otter 2 feature drop, version 2025.2.2. It runs much smoother. Let's close this pop-up and hit that new project button to get started. Now inside the project wizard, make sure you are on the phone and tablet tab. We are going to select Empty Activity. Notice something? It doesn't explicitly say Compose anymore. That's because Jetpack Compose is now the default standard for Android. So, selecting Empty Activity automatically sets up Compose for us. Click Next. Here we just need to configure the basics. I'll name this My Application, but feel free to get creative. Double-check your save location to make sure you can find the project later. For the build configuration, keep it on Kotlin DSL. It's the modern way to go. Everything looks perfect. Let's hit Finish and let Gradle build our project. All right, let's gear up. To build this UI, we need a few extra superpowers. Go to your Gradle scripts section on the left. Be careful here. We need to open the build Gradle KTS file, but make sure it's the one that says Module App, not the project one. Scroll down to the Dependencies block. We are adding 3 key libraries here: ConstraintLayout for complex positioning, Navigation Compose, and Material Icons Extended. A quick heads up. As of this recording, I'm using version 1.1.1 for ConstraintLayout and 2.9.6 for navigation. If you are watching this video later, you might see newer versions available. Don't worry, you can safely use the newer ones. Once you've pasted them in, look for the banner at the top. Hit that Sync Now button. Let Gradle download the files, and once it's done, we are ready to start coding. Now for the magic trick. Instead of writing 500 lines of code manually, I have prepared a super specific prompt. Look at this structure. I'm telling Gemini to act as a Kotlin code generator. I've defined the exact hex colors, the data classes, and even the constraint layout logic for the cards. The more specific you are here, the less debugging you do later. Let's copy this blueprint. Jumping over to Google Gemini, pasting the prompt, and run! Look at it go. It's generating the imports, the resource mapping, and the entire Jetpack Compose UI tree in seconds. Boom! The code is ready. Just hit that copy button at the top right. Back to Android Studio. Open your main activity.kt. Don't be shy. Select everything inside this file and paste. Just like that, we have a fully functional activity. You might see some red lines highlighted in red because we haven't added the images to the Drawable folder yet. That is totally normal. See those nasty red lines everywhere? That's just because our project can't find the images yet. I'll grab all the PNG files from my Assets folder, copy them, head over to res/drawable, and paste. Just like magic, look at that! The errors vanish instantly. Now our code is clean and ready to compile. This is the moment of truth. Everything is set. Go to the top toolbar, select your emulator. I'm running a Pixel 7 Pro here, and smash that green Run button. Now we let Gradle do its heavy lifting. Fingers crossed, waiting for the launch. And boom! There it is! Look at that UI! The purple gradient banner, the rounded search bar, and look at this horizontal scroll. It is smooth like butter. It is absolutely pixel perfect and matches our reference image exactly. We built this in minutes. But do you know how it actually works? Don't go anywhere. In the next section, we are going to crack open this code and analyze exactly how Gemini constructed this complex logic using Jetpack Compose. Now that we saw the app running beautifully, let's break down the code to see how it works. If you find this code overwhelming or you just don't want to type it all out manually, I have good news. You can get the full source code and the exact prompt I used by joining my channel membership. Check the link in the pinned comment or video description. It saves you a ton of time. Okay, let's dive in. First, we have the app color object. Instead of hard-coding hex values everywhere, we define them once here. Then we have simple data classes for our courses and categories. This keeps our data structured. Moving down to main activity. This part is crucial. Look at line 60 inside onCreate. We are setting the flag layout no limits. This is the secret sauce. It allows our UI to draw behind the status bar and navigation bar, giving us that modern edge-to-edge look. Then, we simply call MyUI inside set content. Our root composable is MyUI. We use a scaffold because it automatically handles the bottom bar positioning for us. The main body is just a column with vertical scroll. Now look at the banner composable. Here we used ConstraintLayout. Why? Because we needed to pin the student image to the right and the text to the left. Doing this with nested rows and columns would be a nightmare, but with constraints, it's clean and efficient. For the categories section, we define a list and simply iterate through it using for each. Pay attention to this line, modifier weight 0.25f. Since we have 4 items, giving each a weight of 0.25 ensures they are perfectly spaced out and take up equal width across the screen. It's a simple trick for responsive layouts. Now for the heavy lifter, the item list. We use LazyRow here for performance so it recycles views as you scroll. The course item view is interesting. It's a card containing a constraint layout. Notice how we overlay the title on the image? We use bottom link to image bottom. This allows the text to sit perfectly on the bottom edge of the image. We also added the profile picture and price with precise constraints. Finally, the My Bottom bar. It uses the standard material bottom abyx with a cutout shape. We loop through our menu items to render them. And that's it. A complete modern UI built with Gemini and Jetpack Compose. Again, if you want to support the channel and get instant access to this full source code, plus the prompt text so you can modify it, make sure to join the membership. The link is right there in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.